Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we have episode 8 of the Detroit Pistons Association, and today we're going up against the New Orleans Hornets, featuring the #1 overall draft pick Anthony Davis, of course, and Eric Gordon, who needs to fix his knees if the Hornets have any chance of going anywhere in the next fucking 5 years or whatever. They're gonna need Eric Gordon to be healthy, or else they're paying him a max contract to sit on the bench with knee injuries, obviously. Anyway, that was kind of weird. But, look at that. Ryan Anderson getting a block? What? Anyway. So, obviously playing the New Orleans Hornets. And this is Chandler Parsons' second game. I was going to say it's his debut, but I remember last game was actually his debut. But hopefully, this is another game that we should be able to win. This is another game that is kind of two lower tier teams in the NBA. So hopefully, me being the player that I am at 2K, I can, try to at least exploit the Hornets' weaknesses and make sure they can't exploit ours, and, hopefully come away with this win. You can see Brandon Knight getting it started off. He's going to give it to Rodney Stuckey, who's going to get into the lane for the dunk. So we get an early 2-0 lead. Good start to the game. I think this whole game we really tried to focus on driving to the basket, not settle for outside jump shots. So you can see Chandler Parsons gets by Eric Gordon, and he's going to get the tough layup there, which is nice. But yeah, like I said, I think that, before this game, I'd kind of been relying on my jump shooting more than I should have been. It kind of seemed like whenever, Brandon Knight and Rodney Stuckey would hit their jump shots, we would be able to open up leads. But I think we need to focus on driving to the basket more, and that's something Chandler Parsons is pretty good at, actually. As you can see there, he made another nice layup. I think that the addition of Chandler Parsons does kind of, I don't know what the word. Look at that pass by Eric Gordon. That was cheesy as hell to Al-Farouq Aminu. But anyway, I think that will really kind of define our team, is whether we can drive the ball to the hoop or not. I think Brandon Knight's good at it. I think he might have the finisher signature skill. Rodney Stuckey's athletic enough. He can get up there, slam it down. Greg Monroe even has finisher, so if he faces up on a guy who's slower than him, even though it's kind of hard to be slower than Greg Monroe. Look at that cheese! The one of Charlie Villanueva, and Hakeem Warwick is off, and he is going to get the and one dunk there. But, if we can get if Greg Monroe faces up on a guy who's slower than him, he can take him to the hoop, and he's got finisher. Mirza Teletovic has finisher for some reason. I don't really know why, but anyway. So, we have a lot of guys who can finish at the hoop, and I want to get better at driving to the rim. I think that's how my career guys has evolved too a little bit. And you see Chris Wilcox getting involved. That's good to see. Wilcox was a little bit unhappy when he came over to Detroit. I guess he didn't like his minutes, so we did give him a bit more. And he's trying to make the most of him, as you can see. Wilcox is a great hustle player, and if you give him 10 minutes, he's going to give you 10 minutes of hard basketball. You can see Greg Monroe utilizing the mismatch with Eric Gordon on him, trying to get something going, drives to the hoop, up and in. You can see that's that finisher signature skill activating. It's something I really like about Greg Monroe. And now we're going to hit Kim English. AJ Price is going to get another assist there, that time to Kim English, the rookie out of Missouri. But Al-Farouq Aminu is going to strip Corey Maggette there. Outlet to Xavier Henry, who's going to get the nice layup. So the Hornets are up by 5 at this point early in the second quarter. Greg Monroe is going to drain the second of 2 free throws there. Jason Smith quickly, not quickly, but inbounds it to Austin Rivers, who's going to quickly find Darius Morris. And Darius Morris is going to get the easy 2 there. So, lackadaisical defense on our part. And Chandler Parsons driving to the lane once again, getting a dunk. Always good to see. And speaking of defense, I know I've kind of mentioned before that I want to, later on in this series, probably try to acquire a lockdown perimeter defender and then try to turn Andre Drummond into a nice interior defender, maybe a good shot blocker, maybe a good low post defender. We'll see about that. And I read an interesting article in the Bleacher Report. Now, the Bleacher Report is one of the most absurd places. I actually read their articles because I think they're hilariously wrong. But it's a website. If you want, you can go look at it. They just have guys who write articles for them about different stuff, and usually they're pretty off point on stuff. At least in my opinion, I don't tend to agree with them typically, but what I do agree with them on is that they had an article about 4 things that separate championship teams from lackluster, lower tier teams or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. First place from last place. And I remember one of them was coaching, one of them was managing your finance, and not signing guys to bad contracts. One of them is building through the draft. And they actually had an interesting stat where since they've been giving out the NBA Finals MVP award, I can't remember when they first gave it out, but they've given it out 44 times, and 36 of those 44 times, the NBA Finals MVP has been a player from that team who was I don't know how to put this, but he was from the team that he was drafted by. So basically, you know, I draft, let's see, you know, I draft Brandon Knight, and then Brandon Knight goes on to win Finals MVP for the Pistons. That would be, you know, one of those guys. Whereas LeBron James was one of the 8 exceptions who was obviously drafted by the Cavaliers and then signed with the Heat and, you know, eventually won. You know, obviously the rest is history, I should say. But you know, that's the point, building through the draft. And you could say that, yeah, the league has kind of become, you know, let the free agents go to the big markets to develop big threes. But you want to know why Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, or no, want to know why LeBron James and Chris Bosh went to Miami? Because they had Dwayne Wade. They developed a superstar. They developed a 2006 NBA Finals MVP. So, you know, building through the draft is something interesting. It's something that I plan on doing, as I have like 4 first-round picks in the upcoming draft, including myself, which, you know, or including my own, and it's going to be a pretty low pick. Low as I mean, like, you know, top 5 potentially, something like that. So that's good. But, you know, another one was defense. And, you know, I agree with that completely. I think that it's a common trend between teams that if you look at, you know, the top 5 teams in the league, let's say, you know, we'll say Thunder, Heat. I'm just going to pick 5, you know, good teams in this league. 5 teams that I think are title contenders. You know, Thunder, Heat, Grizzlies. And I'll put the Grizzlies in there because they, you know, they're a perfect example of what I want to talk about. Knicks, and I don't know. I mean, I'll say Celtics and Spurs. I'll throw some more teams in there too. But you know, let's just take those teams. Every single one of those teams has an elite perimeter defender in their starting lineup. Grizzlies have Tony Allen. Celtics, when he gets back, they're gonna have Avery Bradley. They had Tony Allen when they were a title contender 2 years ago. He didn't start, but he came off the bench and provided good minutes for them. The Spurs start Danny Green over Manu Ginobili. The Heat have started Shane Battier, and now they're starting to start him at the 3 or the 4. I don't even know what they do with, you know, whatever. With, you know, LeBron running the 4, Battier running the 4. I'm not sure. The Knicks start Ronnie Brewer, who's a great defender. And they also have a great interior defender, Tyson Chandler, who's the 2010, 2011, 2012 NBA Defensive Player of the Year. So, you know, defense wins championships. It's a cliche, but it's a correct one. So I think that's something we're going to have to look for down the road with this team. But you can see Austin Rivers with the mismatch. He's going to take Greg Monroe to the hoop, hop step, kick it out to Anthony Davis, who's going to cash that mid-range jumper there. So the Hornets are up 3 at this point. We're trying to battle back. It's been a close game pretty much all game. I should say close game all game. This kind of sounds weird. But Monroe in the post now trying to back down the twig Anthony Davis. I mean, Anthony Davis... The thing I really disagree with the Hornets trying to put him at center and start Ryan Anderson at the 4. I really think they should just have Anderson come off the bench or something. I don't know, but I really disagree with having Davis run the 5 because he's only 6'10", which is undersized for someone running the center. The only 6'10" center that I know is really good is DeMarcus Cousins. He's a twig, too. He's only 220, and that is very small for a center. He's going to get bullied around when he faces guys like Kevin Garnett, or something. I'm just going to use KG as an example because KG is a very physical player. He's going to back him down. He's going to have no trouble doing it, and he's going to destroy him all game or all day, every day. So I think that, you know, Anthony Davis, he needs to bulk up or they need to run him at the 4. I don't think he can run the 5 where he is right now. But obviously that's why you develop as a player. But you can see Rodney Stuckey getting so off topic. You can see Rodney Stuckey hitting the nice 3 there, and now Al-Farouq Aminu trying to drive left, cross back right, hop step in the lane, and he gets the and 1 to fall. A free throw away from tying this ball game up. And I promise you guys, this last, you know, I don't know how to say it. This last minute or so of this game is very exciting. Eric Gordon hits the 2 there. Went back and forth for a few possessions, but Gordon hits that nice mid-range jumper. 88-86. Knight in the lane. Gonna find Greg Monroe, and Greg Monroe finishes it. What a game by Greg Monroe. He ties it up at 88. And now inbound to Brandon Knight after a nice defensive stop. Knight's going to take it over to the right side. He's going to call an isolation. See if he goes pick and roll with Greg Monroe like he's been doing all day. It looks like he will. Trying to get to his side. Runs the pick, goes back. And he's going to find Rodney Stuckey. And Stuckey is going to draw the foul on, I believe that was either Eric Gordon or Ryan Anderson. They're going to say it's on Eric Gordon. So Rodney Stuckey is going to go to the line for 2, only needing to hit one of these to take this lead. And honestly, maybe if he was smart, he would just miss the second. We'll see about that. I don't know. I think I attempted to make the second at least, but let's see if he gets it. And he gets the first one to fall. So we take the 89-88 lead. Pistons trying to win at least the second straight game that I've showed you guys, because I believe the last one was against the Magic, or it might have been against a different team. I'm not 100% sure. But we've been on a bit of a win streak now, at least me showing you videos, and you can see Rodney Sticky drains the second free throw. So now last possession for the Hornets. Alfred Gamino, contested three is not going to fall, so we're going to end up winning this game 90-88. A defensive battle for the entire game. Both teams held under 50% shooting. That's always something you strive for on defense. Honestly, I would strive for. I think Avery Johnson said it best if you watch the Association Brooklyn Nets. If you can force a defense, or if you can force an offense to either not score or turn the ball over 3 out of every 5 possessions, you're going to win a lot of games. And I think that's pretty true. So that's pretty much, you know, either 40% shooting or for like 45% you force a lot of turnovers. So, you know, I think that's always a good thing to do. But anyway, we can see the stats there. Andre Drummond didn't get a lot of minutes. I need to give him some more minutes because I need to make sure he develops nicely. But anyway, that is going to wrap up this video. So I thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. So I'm out. Peace.
I need a little bit of dollar, need a little cash, share a little dollar, and I'll share a little rap. Then it's long live the king, cause I'm basically a god. And if they ain't with it, fuck them, leave them hanging like the dime. I want more cribs than the nursery, more whips than a sex store, and 2 queens on top of me like a chessboard. I don't wanna be working in an office, I wanna be selling CDs and making a profit. I do it cause I want to, do it cause I love it. I'm not aiming for the top, I am aiming right above it. I might be patronizing on the mic, but I ain't no novice. How many words do I have to spit for you to notice? Sick of these no-names spitting and sniffing that cocaine. I'll leave your jaw swinging from your neck like a gold chain. I'll break your legs and wrists and get you walking.